Okay guys, now we come to a confusing type of questions and it is called true, false, not given. Many students are hanging between false and not given because they don't know what is the difference, right? So I'll try to explain all these things. Anyways, if someone is giving you a tip, says true is when the question agrees with the passage, it's true. When the question does not agree with the passage, it is false. And if they don't tell us anything about that, then it is not given. This is stupid, by the way. I mean, you cannot decide it this simply because they make it overly complicated. Now listen and remember, the whole thing or the whole trick or everything that is in the question. There is no trap or anything like that in the passage because passages are selected from the magazines, newspapers, articles and all that. Sometimes they modify the passages also, but all the tricks are only in the questions. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what is it. Sometimes, you know, in true, false, not given, they use the word all. In the passage, they say some. So the answer is false. Right? Sometimes in true, false, not given, they say A and B. In the passage, they only use A, not B. Then the answer is false. Okay, if they use both A and B, then the answer is true. Okay, but anyways, again, these tips are not enough. Let's do it together. Question number 10. Balanced bilinguals have more permanent than temporary advantages. Now listen, more permanent, less temporary. Okay, so you've done all the passage, but one paragraph is still untouched, and that is paragraph H. Okay, now please go to paragraph H, and you just have to see balanced bilinguals means people who speak two languages simultaneously. They have more permanent, less temporary. More permanent, less temporary. If it is more permanent, less temporary, true. If it is less permanent, more temporary, then false. Otherwise not given. Just read the first two lines of paragraph H, and when I ask you the answer, then tell me the answer. Otherwise, you should have 2 notes of 100 rupees. And if you find the answer, just look up. Occasionally permanent, right? Bilinguals may have temporary and occasionally permanent. Occasionally means on some occasions. Like on Eid day, I wear kameez shalwar. That is occasionally permanent. So in the question, they say more permanent. Occasionally is the opposite of more. Occasionally permanent and more permanent, they are opposite. So the right answer is not given. Good. That's what I wanted to see. You looked at me angrily. False. Okay. This is the feeling I want to see in you. I don't want you to be like cows. What is the answer? Not given. Acha. No reaction, nothing else. Okay. So the answer is false. Why? More permanent, and there they said occasionally permanent. Occasionally means less. Kabhi kabar, occasionally, it's that. Question number 11. Often bilinguals concentrate more. Now concentrate means pay attention. Often bilinguals concentrate more on the way a word sounds than on its meaning. Look at me now, please, 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 please. Jaldi nahi bachani. I don't want you to give me the wrong answer. Bilinguals concentrate on the sound of the word than meaning. It is true. If bilinguals concentrate on the meaning of the word, then the sound, then it is false. And if they don't tell us whether they concentrate on the meaning or the sound, then it is not given. Go back to same paragraph and then just see. And when I ask you, then tell me the answer. For concentrate, they use the word fixed, centered. If If you only look at me quietly, no fine on that. Less fixed on the sounds, more centered on the meaning. And there they say, concentrate more on the way a word sound. And there they say, less fixed on the sound. So the answer is true. Very good. Well done. Excellent. Brilliant. It is false. See, this is what you need to check. And unless you reach there, and that is in the question. True, false, not given. The key, the secret is in the question. Now, question number 12. Monolinguals learn to speak at a younger age than bilinguals. Monolingual, those who speak one language, they learn to speak at a younger age. 6 महीने तक काका बोलन लग गया, something like that. So go back and check if monolinguals learn to speak at a younger age than bilinguals, true. If later age or not like that, then false, otherwise not given. Same paragraph. They have mentioned ages 4 to 6 and all that. So the right answer is, it is not given. Why not given? They said monolinguals learn to speak at a younger age. Now you might argue they have mentioned 4 to 6. But they did not mention the fact that monolinguals learn to speak at a younger age than bilinguals. They only said this thing here tends to be a temporary advantage for bilinguals around the ages 5 to 6 and disadvantage may mean and all that. So the answer is not given, right? Why not given? Because they did not mention anything that monolinguals learn to speak at a younger age than bilinguals. Why answer is not given? Because this comparison is not given at all. Last question, 13. Bilinguals just starting school might pick up certain skills. Remember, in IELTS reading and IELTS listening, whenever they use the word certain, very important word, very, very important. If in the question they use the word certain days, in the audio they will say Monday and Tuesday. If they use the word certain months, in the audio or passage they will use the word January to March. If they use certain year, do you understand what I mean? So this certain can be in the passage or it can be in the question. Now when they say bilingual just starting school might pick up certain skills, definitely in the passage they will talk about those skills. Might pick up certain skills faster than monolinguals. Last sentence of last paragraph. And by the way, questions and answers are in order. Last sentence of last paragraph. For skills, they used learning to think, learning to read. For pickup, they've used the word head start, initial head start. So, just a minute. The answer is false. Not given. Well done. The answer is true. Why? Now, for certain skills, what have they used? Learn now certain skills. Answer सही है, ये नहीं पता क्यों सही है, तो तुक्का लगाया. Yeah, for certain skills they've used learning to read and learning to think. And for might pick up and head start, they are using the word just starting school. It's actually that, right? So this is how you can deal with true, false, not given.